So after a while of playing operations with people in this game, I've been wondering, why is Bulwark so popular? And the short answer is it's kind of got all you would need in it in the one kit here, like health regen, armor regen, all that. It just doesn't have heavy hitting primary weapons. That's the balance and whatnot, but it has almost everything else you would need to survive and for a team to survive, and it makes it extremely strong. Looking at the bulwark here, I don't have all the perks I want, but I've got a chunk of them. After doing the shield bash, I get more melee damage. I hardly use shield bash, but this should give me a reason to actually do it. If I'm surrounded by 5 or more enemies, like bulwarks usually are as a melee class, you take less damage from the ranged units. Pretty huge, I would say. Non-finisher gun strengths will give me armor. This one helps me stay alive even further. I make sure that the contested health fades 50% slower for everybody because I feel like that just helps us all have more health overall and use less stims. I have this one that makes the banner restore armor a lot quicker, but it's not nearly up as long. I would probably maybe keep that one, but I don't know. Either other ones are the shield bash ones. Like I said, I don't use it enough, but it'll give you a reason. Like, it's the reason to use it. These perks. I want this one right here, not of level yet, where whenever you activate banner, all that gray health just regens a lot easier, and pretty much by itself instead of having to do damage actively. But I'm stuck with the one where the banner will do damage over time, just a small amount of damage to any of them that are in effect of it. And I also have this one where we'll res them. If I have a teammate down within the banner, it just reses the homie. This is a really good one to have for team play, obviously. And then the perfectly timed parry will instantly incapacitate Majoris or Extremist level enemies. Pretty strong, I would imagine, truth be told. I also use Plasma Pistol with, I think it's just extra ammo on it. Yeah, I think it's extra ammo in it. And damage, obviously. But the Power Sword, fencing upgrade, you know the song and dance I'm gonna go on about if I start getting into that. Fencing's great. You love to see it. We don't talk about the fist, but the chainsword is a beautiful weapon to use on Bulwark as well. I just wanted to try something different with the power sword. Right off of the rip, I'll tell you that the Bulwark is probably the best for team play thanks to its ability to res without having to res people, with the banner. I can show you right here. Perfect prime example of it. I helped this guy up just in time for him to save me after I had been grabbed. That's the benefits of playing for your team rather than just yourself a lot of the time. And that's pretty much what Bulwark embodies. It is the team class. Depending on the perks you choose will really solidify how much more team play there is rather than just damage with like the shock areas and whatnot. But if you truly spec out for helping your team out, you will be able to save up on stems a lot more. I mean, the ammo thing is just kind of like whatever, right? Everybody has their own ways to deal with that, but the stems and armor gains that you get out of a bulwark is insane. As far as the bulwark himself, I think that the power sword might be the best option for crowds, but it is also a solid option for single targets because of its other modes. It has the charged mode, which is like whenever it's like fully all lightning down and whatnot. That's whenever it's really good for the crowds. It's doing huge sweep attacks. The first one almost does a full 360 around the bulwark himself, but the normal mode is the one you want to use for any swordsmen, chaos marines, the whole thing. It is for the single targets. In the charged up mode too, the one for the sweeps, I didn't really show it here, but there is another move you can do. If you wait a second, you'll see the sword glow a bit, and that's whenever you would hit the attack button again to get this like he twirls around a few slashes, and then there's a slam. I don't know or think it would be that good. I don't know if it would be, and I don't think it would be that good overall for crowds, but it is an option if you have the time to sit through the little pose of animation he has to do and then go out and through all the two or three swings into the slam. I think it is decent enough to keep in mind, but as you can see, I'm not using it a whole lot in this footage. A lot of it I didn't even know about it, to be fair, but even when I did, I didn't start using it habitually. I'm thinking that the move itself is just a contextual one. Like, it all matters when and where you're using it, what you're going against, all that jazz. Kind of for you to decide it, even though I don't show it off. I'm telling you about it just so you know. Don't see a lot of bulwarks actually using it when they use the power sword, but I don't exactly know how many of them know that the move is there. So try it out if you ever do the power sword. It can be used in either form, the normal or the charged one. It's all about just like when you do one attack, you'll see them like pose for a second before they do the second one, and the blade will charge a little bit like a little flash. That's how you know it's the right timing. Just hit attack again, and you should be cash money. But it is just part of the kit, the power sword. What matters a lot is what pistol you use too. Highly recommend the plasma pistol for heavy hitting option. You don't really need the normal bolt pistol, truth be told, because the plasma just does so much work for you. And of course, you pick your melee. It's kind of up to you in those regards, but you know, going back to the power sword, the charged mode will allow you to get several gun strikes off just back to back. It's to the point where the game does not know what to do with you because you get so many. I think you're only allowed to have one gun strike up at a time, whereas the 360 opener of the sweeps there shows you that you could just get like three or four gun strikes depending on how many targets you hit. It will just swap back and forth over and over. Just crazy how easy it is to farm that. And with that one perk where the gun strikes that don't kill things give you armor, it's just a recipe for one of the tankiest possible setups, I imagine, with a very strong melee for crowd control and a very strong pistol for the single target damage. Granted, the melee does it too. The Bulwark kind of has everything you would need in the game: team play, damage, the whole shebang, people. If you haven't done it already, give it a try if you can actually get it without someone else having it beforehand, you know? It's kind of hard to do that, but try it if you can.